Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Hammond collection ceratosaurus. So first let's take a quick look at the box. On the front of the box you can see the Jurassic World T-Rex logo and the Hammond collection logo. You can see some trees lining the bottom, and there's a nice little window where you can see your ceratosaurus. On this side you can get a nice cool shot of, well, the ceratosaurus nicely posed and the Jurassic Park 3 logo. On the back of the box is nice, simple, and clean. Just the ceratosaurus, Jurassic Park 3 logo, and a picture of it from the movie and a little description of the ceratosaurus. And then just the Hammond collection logo on this side. Let's get this guy out of the box. Okay, so I've cut the piece of tape and we should be able to get this guy out of the box a little bit easier. But here he is. We don't need this box anymore. Looks really nice so far. Let's take out the tail. Here's the tail. And let's get the actual ceratosaurus out, which I'm going to be needing to cut some wires real quick. Okay, I cut the wires and we're going to be trying to attempt to pull him out the box. So here's our ceratosaurus so far, and I think we should attach the tail, which is obviously missing. So we're going to take here and push it in. Now that we've gotten it out of the box and the tail attached, let's take a closer look at the sculpt. So, when we look at the head, it is nicely detailed. It has some large teeth, but to be honest, it's really not too big of a problem. We have the nice little horn, beautifully painted eyes. Then we go down to the neck, just some nice wrinkles and texturing. The arms, which have quite a lot of fingers. Then we move to the body, down to the legs. Here's the feet. The feet look pretty good. And then down to the tail, which there's not much to say about it. It's, well, the tail. Let's take a real quick look inside the mouth, which we can articulate that open nicely. And it has a nice pink gloss on the inside of the mouth. It also has some pretty good texturing. And the teeth, you can really see them, but also they're still not that bad, and the eyes are pretty good. Let's move on to, well, articulation, the main thing of this figure besides the sculpt. You have the first point of articulation up here. You can have 2 points of articulation on the neck, up and down here, and at the base of the neck. The mouth can open all the way like that. Both the upper and lower jaw can open. The arms, you have 2 points of articulation, here at the shoulder, and then here at the elbow. There's no hand articulation, but we really don't need that too much. We have the leg articulation, which we have it at the ankles, the shin, and the knee, so it can kind of kick stuff. Then we have the tail, which is on a ball joint. It is also slightly rubbery, and I believe you can bend it slightly, actually. I think it has some wire in it, and you can slightly bend it. Not really too much, to be honest. But it is a pretty good ceratosaurus. Let's take a look at a few poses you can kind of put this guy in. You can put him into this kind of standing with style kind of position. We can put it in a pose where it can look like it has finished the fight. This is the last one, and you can put it in a position as if it is roaring at someone, and the person is in terror. Well, let's move on to size comparison. This is it compared to quite a few different people, so you can get a good idea of size. Here's it compared to the old Mattel Ceratosaurus, which is very interesting because, well, the old Mattel Ceratosaurus is slightly taller. But this one is definitely much longer, and the head looks much better, so yeah. Next, This is how big it is compared to a stegosaurus, which pretty nice size compared to a stegosaurus. Looks compatible. We've got the tiny little Lystrosaurus, which is like the size of its foot. But anyway, let's move them out of the way. And put the Allosaurus, which you can't even fit it in screen because it's too large. But here's the Allosaurus compared to it. Ceratosaurus is absolutely tiny and looks very pathetic compared to it. Yeah, that's not gonna go too well for Ceratosaurus. Here is a good old Therizinosaurus compared to it. Pretty good sizing. Not good enough though. Here is a Velociraptor because I forgot to throw him in, but anyways, not too big. But we do have Cheese. Cheese, I was not expecting this out of Cheese, but Cheese is bigger than the Ceratosaurus. It's definitely taller than the Ceratosaurus. And to be honest, it might be about the same length. I'd say, probably. I can't 100% tell, but I think they're about the same length. Cheese is huge. So, I got a T-Rex in here for size comparison. And while I was at it, I kind of forgot to grab Spinosaurus, but instead I did grab this figure to compare it to. Giga is huge. There's no point in really saying it. Giga would absolutely destroy this thing in a fight. Next, and just because it would be a crime not to put this guy in, here's Spinosaurus. I tried to get him to stand because he does not like standing well, but it is huge. That's where all I really need to matter. Spinosaurus is really bad at standing, so I'm going to have to hold him like this. But, yeah. And he knocked down the Ceratosaurus. That's not very good. Last few things I would like to say about this figure is, it feels kind of weird. Like, not the texture, but, don't know. Like, compared to other Mattel figures, the structure of, like, the whole thing just feels different. I can't tell if it just feels better quality, or if it is kind of feel weaker quality. I'm not 100% sure what I'm feeling. But it has a lot more texture, and it feels slightly chalky for some reason. And also I've noticed on one of the teeth, I don't know if it'll catch on camera, but one of the teeth is kind of messed up, and I literally just unboxed this, and I kind of noticed that while it was in the box. Would I recommend this figure? Yes, even if you have the old Ceratosaurus, I would recommend this figure. Would I recommend any other Hammond collection figures? After seeing this figure, kind of would depend. I would have to see the figure. I'm not 100% sure. Like, some of, like, the Velociraptor and the Dilophosaurus that's going to be coming out soon, probably not. They're a little bit overpriced. Maybe the Dilophosaurus, because it's not too much, but it's not the worst. The Triceratops, I would only get if it was bigger in the mouth, which it probably could open. And the Baryonyx, I was slightly tempted, but not really going to get. Hammond collection, well, yeah, Hammond collection. I think it's better than, well, Amber collection because the figures are in scale. So you can kind of put more species in. Like, possibly they could make a Brachiosaurus one day if they really wanted to. It'd probably be like $100, but it wouldn't be that bad. But anyways, I think we should wrap up this review. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.